I don't know who are good or who are bad. All I can do is go off of what's in our investigation. But when they were all standing together, it makes me want to start this conversation with one question to the officers of the Dolton Police Department. How far can this man push you? How much can this man make you do? Even while the FBI is watching your every move. When do you realize that you have an oath to serve and protect the people of Dolton and not to be blindly led and misled by a man who doesn't even qualify to be your leader? When do the good officers say no to bad policing? Crazy.
Red light camera reported ahead.
Crazy. I need you guys to do me a favor and you need to relax. What do you mean relax? And I just got surrounded by all these cars chasing me on my way to my house. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not stopping for them. I'm not stopping for them. I'm not stopping for them at all. I'm definitely being pursued by Dolton police outside of Dolton jurisdiction. Oh my God. I don't know what these motherfuckers on, but I'm not with it. Dolton Police Chief Lacy is outside of his jurisdiction in a blacked out police car, and they are pursuing me. There is no legitimate reason to stop me. It's on and popping, bro.
That's Jedediah, an advocate who became a Dolton whistleblower, and now he's being retaliated against by Tiffany Teflon Tahoe and her married boyfriend, along with the head of police, Chief Lacy, and his police department. If you missed the full video of Dolton police chasing him, you can check out the link below. I went over that footage in my previous video. For those asking, yes, it's a real video, and yes, this really did happen. You can see real police lights in the video, real vehicles with real police plates, at least 2 police license plates caught on camera. Check the video out, but right now we're back with part 2. As requested, we're going to discuss how Tiffany Teflon Tahoe's administration is using the police to harass this man because he's really been going hard on them for the last month. It all started when Jedediah spoke at the Thornton Township Town Hall meeting. That's where he exposed the police department, including Officer Staples, who he accused of having relations in a jail cell on duty. He talked about it at the meeting, and according to Officer Staples, he shared this information on social media. So out of retaliation, Officer Staples, she went down to the courthouse and filed paperwork for an emergency TPO, totally misusing the system. TPOs are not there to protect your feelings from people speaking on you as a public servant. The purpose is to protect real victims from threats of real danger. So Jedediah appeared in court earlier that day before the chase, where the judge denied the emergency TPO, and experiencing that loss in court. Let's just say Dolton PD didn't like it.
I am now more concerned for the residents of the jurisdiction of the Dolton Police Department. Thinking this is going to be a routine walk in the park. This would be a continuance. This would be an issue where a judge will see that doesn't meet the threshold of a restraining order. And this would be a cakewalk. I will see maybe the lawyer, even though I saw it say pro se, or Lieutenant Staples herself. And that I would be asked the question. And I was thinking, man, in my mind, this is as far as I thought it would go. Maybe I'll be sworn in, and I can make the statements under oath, and she'll be sworn in. She can make the statements under oath. We can go from there. But when I got to the courthouse, I was unpleasantly shocked because there were 16 trickling in one after the next. There was 16 officers from Dolton, from the top brass down to the little guy, They were in a courtroom for a frivolous restraining order. Men and women who are tasked with upholding the law, who are privileged to carry a badge as identification and a firearm and handcuffs and mace and tasers. Look, they can carry that inside the courtroom. They could carry it 24/7 almost anywhere they go. Full Garth. Now, what I don't know at this particular moment is if these people were on payroll. I mean, if they were on clock if they was on the dime of the taxpayer at the moment. I just know that they were in their uniform. They were representing the people of Dolton.
They had all of the police officers on duty go over to another jurisdiction to go to the courthouse to try to set this man up. All of them towns over instead of in Dolton, where they're paid to be at, protecting the people over there. Such a waste of taxpayers' dollars, by the way, in so many ways.
In the courtroom, when it was finally our turn, the judge asked this lieutenant really simply, "Do you know this man? Have you seen him before?" She said, "No, I don't know him and I ain't seen him before." She said to the lieutenant, she said, "Well, has he contacted any of your family members? Basically, it said any threats." "No, he hasn't contacted any of my family members that I know of." "Has he ever contacted you?" "No, he hasn't contacted me." "Has he ever called you?" "No, he hasn't called me." "Has he emailed you?" "Not that I know of. I haven't checked my emails." So what did he do? He was on the internet saying things about my personal life. And not one time, and I was waiting for it as I listened intently to her testimony. Not at one time did she say he was saying things about me that were not true. Jesus. She said, "I don't understand. I understand that I am a public servant." And, even before that, she said, "Well, what do you do?" "I work for Dolton Police." "What do you do? Are you an elected official?" "No." "Well, what do you do?" "I work for the police." Crazy. This woman said, this lieutenant said, she said, "Has he ever contacted you?" Not that I know of, in the email, not that I know of. And she said, "What did he do?" He's been talking about me on social media and about my personal life. And I just don't understand what my personal life got to do with my job.
And that's how I know this woman is also a complete idiot. Popping your thought pocket and engaging in relations on the job in a jail cell has everything to do with your job. And in a lot of places, even outside off-duty behavior can jeopardize your job.
And when I looked up, the sheriff was like, "Damn," because one person after another kept walking in the courtroom. "Do you have a case?" "No." "Do you have a case?" "Yes." What's your case?" "With Jedediah, with Jedediah, with Jedediah, with Jedediah." And as more people showed up from the community, guess what happened? The police officers, their numbers decreased because he thought he was going to be a bully and intimidate, but he sent them back because guess what? Now he got eyes on what he doing. Then pulled all y'all resources out of the damn village to be at court for something that literally made no sense. So now they got people have pictures and I got proof. And if I'm not mistaken, the Dolton policy states that sergeants or the supervisory staff are not supposed to be leaving while they are on the clock. So we're going to deal with that. Thank you, Lacy, and to any person that was in any supervisory position in Dolton. I'm going to ask you again, how much more are you going to let this man push you? Because he had his career. And some of y'all trying to get your career off the ground. So y'all would rather up your future for somebody who is done if you ain't read the writing on the wall. Chief, I hear you. I can't do it. Let me help y'all out. Chief Lacy And maybe we should talk about that. Go look at his disciplinary report. He has disciplinary reports for not following the instructions of his superiors. Chief Collins. So I'm pretty sure he would understand you if you stood up for what was righteous and what was right, and then allow him to misguide you and mislead you. But because all y'all stood there with a smug face, not doing what you are paid to do as it relates to taking care of the taxpayers, you are now back on the radar.
The whole police department should be investigated right now because there's a lot of them who deserve to go down right along with Tiffany and Lacy. Now listen closely to this next part, describing the moments after the judge denied that emergency TPO.
No, I'm sitting down. I'm sitting down. I'm sitting down. Chief Lacy, they mad now. Chief Lacy did just like this while walking. He says, I'm going to get you. Did you see that? I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. And I said, excuse me? Like, mother, what? He said, I'm going to get you. This is the chief of the Dolton police. And this is my testimony of what I experienced today. I'm going to get you. So they leave, and the sheriff says, sit down. I sat down. They gone. I'm saying, can I leave now? No, you cannot. Wait till they leave. Okay. If we have to give you a full escort of sheriffs out of the building, we'll provide them for you. No, thank you. I'm sitting down. Chief Lacy comes back in the courtroom with the lieutenant. They sit down. We waiting on the paperwork. What paperwork y'all waiting on? Y'all ain't waiting on no paperwork. They gave you the date, which is the 23rd of May. Y'all left up out of here. Your emergency order is revoked, and now you have a hearing. You ain't waiting on no paperwork. And just like I thought and knew, he gets up with her. After whispering in her ear, they get the paper. I get my paper. They walk back out. But when he walked back out, he says, I'll see you in a week. I'll see you in a week. I'll see you in a week. One time. I'm just showing y'all the same gesture. And the second time, the judge looks up and the sheriff says, I saw that. Jedediah, sit down. At this point, I'm heated. Because this man, so brazenly in his ignorance, just threatened me in open court. There's a constituency right outside the door. He walks out. I've had enough. I walk out. That man walking slow because now he's trying to agitate me.
You have the police chief threatening him in court in front of a judge and other officers from another jurisdiction. Jedediah was advised to file for a protection order against Chief Lacy, and the chase that happened just hours later, several towns over from Dolton outside of Lacy's jurisdiction, proved why Jedediah is in need of protection. Tiffany Tahoe and her married boyfriend showed up to the same gas station that Jedediah was at, and then Dolton police showed up. That's when you saw everything that happened on video. If you missed the video, click the link below. I covered that in part 1. These people are dangerous. None of this is a coincidence. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Let me know what you think below. Special thank you to Roland C. and Robert P. I appreciate you all for your support, as well as Charles B. and his lovely wife. Thank you, Charles. Shout out to Meadows and Nehemiah, Dark Power, Mike G, and the ladies supporting the channel, Key C, Betty M, Ellen, and Pamela. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.